So, good evening, everybody. You're welcome to today's end of day review and Forex outlook for the 28th of May 2024 with Great White brought to you by Trading Pro Nigeria Limited. Trading Pro is an international multi-award winning broker. They just won at the most recent concluded Finance Magnet African Summit 2024. They won the fastest growing broker in Africa. At the Forex Trader Summit in Dubai, they won the Forex Broker of the Year award. They have several years of experience. Our physical office at number 2 Allen Avenue does physical trainings every Tuesdays and Thursdays by 9:30 to 12 p.m. We have online training for advanced traders every 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. every Wednesdays. And for those who want to learn, but those who want to earn but don't have the time, we also have expert traders in the house where we offer copy trade services and palm account management. So if you would like to find out how you can take part in any of this, my details are in the chat section. So you can refer to them and reach out to me via WhatsApp for any further questions. So without taking so much of our time, tomorrow is the 28th. Not much major news. We have only one major high impact news at 3 p.m. That's CB consumer confidence coming in on the US dollar. Then we have some other minor impact news. We have 5:55 a.m. Swiss National Bank chairman speaks. Well, it's medium impact, but we can't say whenever a bank chair is speaking, it's always important to pay attention. So that's out of the way. Let's start with the pairs we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be starting, as always, with the US 100, DXY, Euro USD, Pound USD, Gold, Euro Pound, Pound Yen, and Euro Yen. So let's start off with the US 100. Looking at the US 100, like I pointed out over the weekend, this pair is still bullish. This pair is still bullish. Whenever you have a bearish candle and a rejection, most often the price is going to go in the direction of the rejection. This is what I call a three candle pattern, but the first candle is not very big. So it's not very, very obvious, but this is how it looks like. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that price is still very, very bullish on this pair. It's very, very bullish. If we go down to the 1 hour, price has removed this bearish order block and it's moving higher. So if price is able to take out 18948, then the bullish trend might continue. But we need to be careful of this place because this is looking like a breaker of sorts. So price might just extend in here and move lower. So we need to be careful of that going into tomorrow. But this pair is still bullish. If you would love to, if you are going to take a long position, this is what you'll be waiting for. A drop into this area on the 1 hour time frame and a continuation to the upside. That is if price runs into here and gets rejected. But if you get something like this, if you get a break below this level, you wait for this and it's going to go lower. So that's what we have going forward tomorrow. So the next one we're going to be looking at is the dollar index. The dollar index is, just like I said over the weekend, if you watch the video, it's a bit technical. It's a bit technical. It's a bit technical. Because although looking at it, this is a bearish, swing. So price is just doing a retracement of this impulse move down. If you go over to the daily is not bearish. The daily has a bullish swing and price is in a retracement of this bullish swing. So if we come down now to the 1 hour, the 1 hour is in a bullish swing. So if we look at this on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour now, or if we go to the 4 hour time frame, we would notice that price didn't use this fair value gap, didn't actually move deep into the fair value gap here before moving lower. And if you pick this 104.79 to 104.39, price is at the 50%. So I'm of the opinion that if I go to the 1 hour time frame, this is bearish, but I will be a little bit cautious because the possibility exists that we may see something like this. The possibility exists. And the possibility also exists that we may see lower prices on this pair. So that's how it's going to look like going into the new week. That's how it's going to look like going into the new week. So for this pair, I'll still watch it tomorrow and see what it looks like. The possibility exists that all these lows might be swept. The possibility exists that all these lows might be swept even into this 4 hour fair value gap. There's a 4 hour fair value gap below here. Let me see. Okay, I have it here. There's a 4 hour fair value gap. You can see it. It's not been mitigated. So if this is to continue bearish, the possibility is that this may still come down here. So that's it. It's mixed. Dollar index is still slightly mixed as far as I'm concerned. So you just need to be a little bit careful. The next we're going to look at is the Euro USD. If we have a mixed dollar index, the same thing will also translate to the Euro USD. If we look at the Euro USD, the Euro USD's 4 hour is a bullish swing, but it's showing it's in a bearish setup in a bullish swing. So for now, just like I'm saying, this pair, and one other thing I forgot to mention on the dollar index, there's one level of interest on this dollar index. That is this level here. If you go to the daily, this low at I think this look on 104.52. Why? Price broke below it. Normally, when price makes a break like this, a deep retracement like this, yes, is common. But when price broke, we are supposed to have had a first retreat to it and they move away. But price just went through it, closed back, and closed back inside again. So you'll be watching this level here. If price drops to this level here, and if you notice that level has this low here. So if price drops here and doesn't close below this level, maybe on a daily closing basis, the possibility exists that this may still continue to the upside. So I just wanted to point that out. So the next we're going to be looking at is Euro USD. The Euro USD, just like as a little bit challenging as the dollar index is to decipher, is the same thing too with the Euro USD. The Euro USD has just been able to close above these levels on the 1 hour, but on the 4 hour, it did not. So as another reason for concern. So is the possibility exists that this may still continue. What I would have preferred is that price seek internal, that's this fair value gaps before moving to sweep this buy side. But since it has done it, maybe it might still try to sweep 108.74, sweeping there, and it shares bearish evidence, then this fair value gaps will now be where price will be heading for. They will now be where price will be heading for. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the GBPUSD. The GBPUSD is more bullish than the Euro USD because of the Euro pound weakness. So this pair most likely is still very clearly bullish. It has removed 2 buy side liquidity and it is going to be coming for this rejection block here at 27.85 and then this buy side liquidity at 28.03. If it gets very animated, then you might see it move higher. But for now, those are the possible levels tomorrow. You drop down to your 4-hour time frame, then you'll be waiting for price to come into any of these fair value gaps and continue to the upside. But that is sustainable as long as price does not close below 127.34. So our bullish bias on this bear is intact as long as 127.32 holds price as support. Then this might continue to the upside. The next we're going to be looking at is gold. Gold is still bearish. We have a short-term high in play. We have a short-term high in play. If you look at it on the daily, we have levels of interest. We have all these fair value gaps here. But we have these inverted fair value gaps here. Because if you notice, one candle up, one candle down. So between 23.59 to 23.71, the possibility exists that this might retrace and run in here. If this place fails to hold price, then we are going to see price move up to this other level here. But if this rejects price, then we are going to see lower prices. But for now, if you ask me, watch this 4-hour fair value gap to hold price and a continuation to the upside. So you have two options here on this pair. You're either going to use this swing or you're going to use this swing, because this last down candle was used to break here. So you'll be watching this area for a possible continuation into this inverted fair value gap here. So I'm going to note it so that if I get the notification there, I'm going to be aware. The next way we're going to be looking at is the euro pound. This pair is still down. It's still down. It has swept the low of the year so far. The low of the year is at this 12th February low. If you look at it, there's no other low. So since it has swept the low of the low of the year, the possibility exists that we might start seeing euro strength going into tomorrow. There's a possibility that we might start seeing euro strength going into tomorrow. So we'll be waiting for bullish evidence here to continue to the upside. Since it has swept the low of the year, we'll watch to see what price does. But although this pair is still bearish, but on the 1 hour, the first sign that something is about to happen will be something like this, a close above any of this. Then you wait for retracement and continuation to do. But since price has swept the low of the year, the possibility exists that we might see a bit of a correction and a continuation to the downside if 85.32 is not broken. The next we are going to be looking at is pound yen. Pound yen is still bullish. It's still very, very bullish. Most likely, it's coming for 200. That's where it's coming from. So any dip on this pair, you have this 1 hour fair value gap here. Look for long opportunities. The next pair we're going to be looking at is the euro yen. So if the euro pound starts to gain strength, this is going to really rally. Because if you notice, he has been like the slower of the pound yen and the euro yen. This has been the slower of the two. So if the euro pound is showing strength, then this is going to really rally hard tomorrow. So any questions? Any other anybody want me to look at before we call it the night?
I have a question. Good evening, Great White.
Good evening, ma.
This are you saying that gold is no longer bearish, it's now going back up?
No, it's a retracement. Let me explain. Now,
I'm watching on the phone, so it's not that clear for me. My internet, my laptop is misbehaving. I don't know what to do about it.
okay. So when you are looking at your chart, there's something, that's why I always say use your zigzag or use your line chart. Now, you go to your 4-hour time frame. When you go to your 4-hour time frame, what do you see from this 4-hour time frame? You can say
Has
that
broken some.
has broken some significant lows. Abi?
Yes.
Now, if you go to the daily time frame, you can see that it looks like it closed above here, but it did not. It didn't close above it. Now, that's
Yeah.
the first sign. Now, if you pull back this and go back to your 1 hour time frame, go back to your 1 hour time frame. What structure are you
What's
on your
going
1
on?
hour? The major impulse on the 1 hour is where? Where is the dealing? Where
Okay,
is
the
your
import
mid?
down,
Where
down.
is between 24.33,
Yeah, down to this place. Yes.
23.25?
22.33
And you
or
know,
so.
after the impulse, what are you going to have? Retracement.
Retracement.
You
Okay.
get. So what you have now is a retracement, and you know gold. Gold can give you money both sides. Gold can give you money both sides. Like if you look at this trade, I bought this trade. I can't remember where I bought it. Wait, let me see. Let me put this session breaks. Okay, this was it. Now, I think it was somewhere here. Yes, it was somewhere here. Because if you watched it in the morning, this was the impulse that broke here. So if you pick this point to this point, you see, it didn't come to the 50%. If you notice it, it just came to this area here that was used to break this high. And what did it do? It rallied. Now, when it rallied again, you have this point to this point. I think this is where I bought it here. This was where I bought it. Break, retracement. I bought it here. You get, for you to be sure that a counter trend is in play, you need what they call a flip. Let me do small teaching now. You need what they call a flip. What is a flip? You know, when price is, what tells you that you have a bearish setup in play? Who can tell me what tells you that you have a bearish setup in play?
When it breaks, if it breaks the low that sent it up.
Yes. That means you have a bullish setup, a bearish setup in play. Abi? Now, who can
Yeah.
tell me what is the criteria for a bullish setup?
Has to break a high, recent high.
Yes. Or basically put, for a bullish setup, you have to get a protected low. A protected low is a low that takes out a high. For a bearish setup,
Okay.
you need a protected high. A protected high is a high that breaks a low. Just keep it that simple. Now, if you were looking at this today, when you came into price today, that's why sometimes when you understand the system I teach you guys, you don't need to actually know what trend is per se, especially on a pair like gold. Gold will give you money both ways. Now, you know this is a high, this is a low. This on its own is a swing. Now, this low takes out this swing high. What does that make this low?
Protected low.
Now, it rallies. Abi? When it rallies, it drops. You must always wait for the retracement because that's where you will always have an issue. If you don't know how to wait for that retracement, impatience is going to get the better of you. Wait for the retracement into this area. Sometimes it might be shallow, sometimes it might be very deep, but wait for it. Then how do you know it has ended? What you'll be waiting for is, if price is
The
coming down,
4 point.
4 candle points and an area that cost something. This area was where they gathered to break this high. True or false?
True.
When they came there, what did they do? Or better still, a very easier way is remove all this. Hide all. Switch to your line chart. Do you have structure here?
Yes.
This is what you call order block. This is a bullish order block. You make sure when you're executing there. Now, remember where I told you I bought somewhere here. What did this impulse do? It broke this high. Abi? Now, where did they create the break of this high? It was at this point. Now, if I do this, ew, 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 ew. You get what I'm trying to do, Nabi? If I zone this area, do you see where they dipped inside? So somebody who doesn't know what the market is about to do will say, well, this is what they are selling. They've taken out buy-side liquidity. What is the trend? The trend is what? Down. Let me sell. You're selling here and they catch you wholesale and take it the other way. And you say what great teaches you does not work. Like I say, if you're confused, switch to your line chart. If you're ever confused, just switch to your line chart. Remove your eyes from the candles because the candles are used to deceive you. You get? Just take your time, watch your line chart. Remember what I told you? This is the range. What did this do? It broke here. Abi? This place to this place is what you zoom and wait. Because I have something here. If I do it, it is going to bring back everything. So here. So what will I be waiting for now? I'll be waiting for price to come in between here and here. If I pull back my candles.
On 15 minutes.
Yes, on the 15 minutes. You zone it on the 15 minutes and use 5 minutes for your entry. You get, because this gold is very fast. Anything you find on the, if you find on 1 hour, your entry will not be on 1 hour. Your entry is going to be on a lower time frame. You wait for a flip. You get me? If you wait for a flip, let me show you what I mean by you wait for a flip. Let me see. Now, remember this area here, is that sell on the 15 minutes. Let me see if I can pull up another chart. Let me do small teaching now. Let me do small teaching. Let me see if I can pull up a chart that I will use. Okay, let me use line chart. Let me use my line chart because I have this my line chart. Sometimes this is what I watch price on. You get, this is what I watch price on. So let me remove all my indicators. Now, if you look at this price here now, watch this. Can you all see my chart? Watch this candle here. This is how I watch. When I get a little bit confused, because forget that I'm your teacher. The market too at times can get me confused. So when it gets confused, I just drop to my line chart so that I don't get, because if you don't know where the liquidity is, you're going to become the liquidity. It's just that simple. So if we look at this now, remember I said this area here, where's that place? Let me see. 15 minutes. This was that area where they did that drop. So we are going to, what's the problem now? I said hide indicators. So this area here, remember this area now. So we're going to go down to the line chart. If we go down to the 1 minute line chart, so we're going to watch this area here. So now, there's what they call a flip. You get, you see when price came in here, we switch to your line chart, you're going to see it. This high created this low, true or false?
True.
This low broke this high, true or false?
It broke the high that created it.
Yes. So that makes this place what? A protected low. So that means on the 1 minute, you're already seeing your flip to buy. If you switch back to your candles, the moment you saw this happen and you saw price coming here, 1, 2, 3, you can either buy here, put your stop here, or you buy here. Do you see what happened afterwards? There will always be a flip. That flip is what you need to wait for. You get? Sometimes it might appear in the form of candle. That's why sometimes somebody will tell you a candle pattern works, an engulfing candle pattern works. Because sometimes that engulfing candle pattern has encompassed a flip. Do you get me? Now, this is an engulfing candle of a sort, Abby.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy here, somebody will say you buy here, price will go up. You'll be wondering why. Because within this candle here, now let me do something. I have 2 minutes remaining. So if this thing goes off, people should just know that our time has expired. So if I do this here and drop down to the 1 minute, when you understand this, a lot is going to become clear to you. Do you now see that flip I was telling you?
Mm-hmm.
You see that flip has taken place on the
Mm.
1 minute. If you go to the 5 minutes, it is giving you an engulfing.
Mm.
That's why when you take this engulfing, it's going to work because it has a flip already in play. You get, so the market is already changing. So it was not going to go back in the other way. You get, it is when you don't have a flip and you take the trade, that's when you are going to know how far.
Mm.
That's when you buy and it will still keep going the other way.
Mm.
Do you get me?
Okay. Yes.
Do you get me? There's a flip here.
Yes.
There's a flip here.
Mm.
You get, there's a flip here. But if you notice, price went through it. That's why you need to wait for evidence to appear. If you switch to your line chart, do you see it? This low broke this high, Abby. When it came back down, did it find support? No, it sailed through it. So that tells you that it's not yet safe.
Okay.
So you need to wait for that flip. That flip can appear on any time frame. Can appear on any time frame. So this is going to end now. So you guys just take note. It can appear on any time frame. Let's see if we'll see it on the 3 minutes. This is it here on the 3 minutes. Do you see it? This,
Mm.
you buy here. Because gold is very fast. If you try to catch it, this is it on the 5 minutes. Do you see it? 3 candle pattern. Are you seeing it? 3 candle
Mm.
pattern. You buy here, stop here. You see the way it powers up. So that flip at your area of interest, you must see it. But because gold is very volatile, 5 minutes should be your entry time frame. So you try as much as possible. If you can step lower, fine. But let that be your entry time frame for better trades.
Okay.
So at least I've helped you with a little bit of teaching. So we'll meet tomorrow at 10 a.m. tomorrow to review what has happened London, Asia, and London. So I wish everybody a beautiful night's sleep and a blessed day ahead. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.